Man, we've been trying
Man,
for a
I don't
long
know.
time.
Put
Okay,
my
there we
hands
go.
up here. I can say I ain't doing
Me
nothing to the microphone.
too.
All right. So I said I just got finished for Men's Week, but look, you were saying something about the men. This whole notion that black men aren't making enough, aren't doing enough to have a voice in the black community. I don't understand it.
Who?
Well, the whole thing is like, the system of white supremacy and dismantling this benefit, this, that. It's like, is the problem a community? What's the basic building block of a community?
Strong
Who are you
family.
referencing, Kev?
The black community. I'm just saying to anybody, we can't be pro black if you are. How are you pro black and not married?
Yeah, I think strong communities are the basis. I mean, sorry, strong families are the building blocks of a strong community.
So
That's what I
this
think.
is my issue with a lot of the pro black movement, especially a lot of pro black women. I need to see your husband. You're muted. You're muted, Marie. Why do I need to see your husband?
Yes. I need to
Well,
understand why, in order for me to
okay. Let
be
me explain.
valuable in the
I'll
black
explain
community,
why.
do I have to have a husband?
Okay,
Why?
excuse me. If you let me explain, we know what you think. You ask me, and I'll tell you. Why do I need to see your
Okay.
husband? Because, okay, who leads the black community?
Currently, no one. We're the most defeated race in like the
Well, who
world right
leads
now.
who's supposed to lead the black community?
I mean, according to patriarchy, the men are, but we see where
What do you
that's
mean
going.
according to patriarchy? You mean according to nature?
No, not according to nature. Because if we want to really talk about that, y'all can't produce. Y'all don't carry the babies. Y'all don't know. Y'all
Excuse
cannot
me.
do that.
Hold on. Are you
So the
gonna?
thing
We're
is
gonna
that
probably
you
need a
can't.
moderator, okay?
Y'all,
We're gonna probably
we
need a
were
moderator.
conquered.
We're gonna probably need a
I'm
moderator because I don't think
So
she has enough respect for
because
me
I'm
to
out of
stop.
line.
I didn't say you're
wait.
out of line. I
So
just said we're gonna probably need a moderator because when I start
okay.
talking, you talk. So
Okay. So
this is my turn.
Kevin,
Just
you
let
want
me
to
know.
ask her? You want to ask her about who
Well, what
leads?
I was saying is, she said according to patriarchy, and that's a feminist word. Let me tell you why I said according to nature. In mammals, the male tends to be the leader, tends to be the strongest. And you can look across the mammalian kingdom, but there's usually only one major exception: hyenas. Hyenas most represent the black community, where the women dominate the men. Women eat first, then the kids, then the males. The hyena, the hyena is more typically associated with a matriarchy or a gynocracy. So we always worry about this brutal patriarchy. Black men have never been in the midst or a position to oppress black women. So what are we even talking patriarchy for?
All right. So Key, respond.
Okay, so just because you don't own necessarily enough to oppress a full group of people, oppression can happen individually in the homes. Like I stated earlier, how I was in a long-term relationship for years and I played the wife role because, I believed in the black family and all of those things. But my ex-husband was doing other things, correct? So in order to keep me, he did things to financially abuse the situation or find ways to keep me in a situation where I wasn't able to leave so that he could run it or handle it how he wanted to. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody doesn't get to where they are by just following whatever the system had in place. You understand what I'm saying? And even then they wasn't
No.
run, they don't run the house. So
Okay, I don't understand what you're saying by simply saying this. What system would you recommend that's been shown to work?
but you want to bring up animals, let's talk about the bees. The queen bee is protected because they know that she's the one who produces all of the children. They know that she is the one who's going to keep the hive going.
Hold
So
on, hold
they
on,
keep
ma'am.
her
Hold on.
put up.
No offense. No
They
offense.
make
No
her
offense, ma'am.
fed.
No offense, ma'am. No offense. I talked about animals. Those are insects. Those are different things. Animals have a different hierarchical structure than insects.
Oh, so y'all,
They do.
I don't know.
Well, they do. You can also say the same thing in ants and everything else, but they don't map over to humans.
But a lot of places, not even just animals.
But my ultimate position is this. My ultimate
know
position
that it's
is okay. My ultimate position is you can't effectively have a community if you don't have the building blocks of a community, which is a family. You can't have a family without a man, a husband, wife, children. There is a hierarchical and a vertical structure. Right now, we have a horizontal structure. Men, women, children. This is why we're at the bottom, because you build on what's horizontal. You build something vertical on what's horizontal. Black women can be, you can have passion, you can speak provocatively, but you're still the only group of women standing opposite to your men. Every other group of women on this planet, when the chips are down, get with their men. You stand alone. But I would tell you, but even this exchange is part of the issue in the Black community. We know my overall point, that there is male, female, there's roles. And today we have the Black community, and the Black community is even marketed to. It's marketed to from women and children. When you go into an ad agency to market to the Black community, they talk to the women first because the women are standing proudly out front for whatever reason. And what I'm saying is the only way we have a community and have any kind of protection or whatever you think is women have to choose to follow men. And in the Black community, especially pro-Black, I hear so many women who are pro-Black who are not following a Black man in their house. And that's just the paradox. How does that work?
I have a question. So not necessarily a question. I'll just make a quick statement. So a lot of women are not following Black men. Okay, because it's not like we don't try. It's not for lack of trying. Because if that wasn't the case, we wouldn't have a man in the house to begin with, to even for them to have kids and to not be there. We would love for that to be how it goes. I would love it. But they have not proven that they can lead anything. They don't lead at work. They don't lead their own businesses. They don't lead.
Really?
They haven't proven to us that they can lead. So me, as a mother now, okay, because we're not even speaking on prior. I wish I could start over and maybe get a husband and do it the perfect way, but that's not what happened. Now my children are here. I can't just bring a man in the house and just be like, here's a man. He's the man. Like, no, all of my decisions have to be intelligent and safe for my children. So if a man is proven that he cannot lead, why would I run and bring all my kids in that to like follow him anywhere? We need to see that you can lead. A lot of the times we see on the internet arguing.
So here's where the argument breaks down on facts. 54% of Black men are single and childless. 61% are in the middle class. Black men are out here leading. 2.5 million Black men are in the upper class.